Welcome back with a new math tutorial. In this video we are talking about percents more than 100% and less than 1%. So for the question number 1, we need to write each percent as a decimal and as a mixed number or a fraction in the simplest form. In question number 1 we have 0.2%. At the first I need to write it as a decimal. To write any percent as a decimal we just divide it by 100. So we have here 0.2 divided by 100. So it will be equals. Because we divide by 100, I'm just moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. We have 1, 2. Just put the 0 here. So the answer now would be equals 0.002. And that's how we can write it as a decimal. Now we need to write it as a fraction. To write as a fraction, I'll just write 2. And the denominator now. Because we have 3 digits at the right of the decimal, I'll just write it over 1000. Now we simplify it will be. We know that 2 is equals 2 multiplied by 1. And 1000 is equals 2 multiplied by 500. Just cancel 2 and 2 so it will be equals 1 over 500. And that's how we can write it as a fraction. Again for question number 2. We have 0.25%. To write as a decimal we just divide it by 100. So we have here 0.25 we divide it by 100. So it will be when you divide by 100, just moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. So it will be 1, 2. Just put the decimal point here and put 0. So the answer now will be equals 0.0025. Now if we need to write it as a fraction, just write 25 without any change. So it will be over. Because you have here 4 digits at the right of the decimal, it means it will be over 10,000. 25 will be equals 25 multiplied by 1. And 10,000 will be equals 100 times 100. We know that 100 is equals 25 times 4. So we can cancel 25 and 25. So the fraction now in the simplest form will be equal 1 over 100 times 4 equal 400. Again one more time. We have here 0.25 when we divide it by 100, just moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. So the answer now will be equal 0.0025. Now if we need to write it as a fraction, just write 25 without any change, and we have here 4 places at the right of the decimal, it will be over 10,000. I just write 4 zeros. 25 will be equal to 25 times 1. And 10,000 is equal to 100 times 100. 100 is equal to 25 times 4. So we can cancel out 25 and 25. For the numerator we have only 1. For the denominator we have 100 times 4 equal 400. Now for question number 3. By the same way, if we need to write it as a decimal, just we divide by 100. So it will be equal 0.6 divided by 100. Just divided by 100, moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. With the decimal point and put 0. So it will be equal 0.006. Now we need to write it as a fraction. Just we write 6 over. Now we have 3 digits on the right of the decimal, so it will be over 1000. 6 is equals 2 multiplied by 3. And 1000 is equals 2 multiplied by 500. Now we can cancel 2 and 2. Just write 3 over 500. So the answer in the simplest form will be 3 over 500. In question number 7, we have 170%. And we need to write it as a decimal. Just we write 170, then we divide it by 100. Because we divide by 100, I just move the decimal point 2 places to the left. There is no decimal point, but the decimal point here and moving the decimal point. So it will be equals 1.7, which equals 1.7. Now we need to write 1.7 as a fraction. Because it's more than 1, it will be mixed number. Just we write 7. The decimal point, there is only 1 digit at the right of the decimal, so it will be over 10. And the whole number now will be equals 10. 7 over 10 is the simplest form. So the mixed number in the simplest form will be 1 and 7 over 10. Again 530. If you look at 530% and you need to write it as a decimal, just we divide it by 100. So we have here 530. We need to divide it by 100. So it will be equals. Just moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. So we have 1, 2. So the answer now will be equals 5.3. Now we need to write 5.3 as a fraction. Because it's more than 1, it will be mixed number. So we just write here 3 over. The decimal point, there is only one digit at the right of the decimal, so it will be over 10. The whole number will be equals 5. So it will be 5 and 3 over 10. 3 over 10 is the simplest form. Again for question number 9. For question number 9, we need to write 325%. If you need to write it as a decimal, we just divide it by 100. So we have here 325 divided by 100 will be equal. Once you divide by 100, moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. So it will be 1, 2. So the answer in the simplest form now will be equal 3.25. Now if you need to write 3.25 as a fraction, we have here 25, the number at the right of the decimal. We have 2 digits at the right. It will be over 100, and the whole number will be equal 3 without any change. 25 over 100 is not the simplest form because we can simplify it. We know that 100 is equals 25 times 4. And the 25 will be equals times 1. We can cancel out 25 and 25. So the whole number will be 3 without any change. The numerator will be 1 and the denominator will be equals 4. So 325% at the decimal will be equal 3.25. And the other mixed number will be equal 3 and 1 over 4. Once you find the percent is more than 100, it will be written as a mixed number. But if that's less than 100, it will be written as a fraction. If the percent is equal to 100%, it will be equals 1. In this part of the lesson, we'll know how we can convert the mixed number to be percent. For the mixed number, we said any percent is greater than 100, it will be written as a mixed number. Because we have here a mixed number, this whole number represents 100%. If that's 1, it will be 100%. If that's 2, it will be 200%. 3, it will be 300%, and so on. So if you need to write this number, it will be equals 100%, that's for the whole number, plus 1 over 4. Now if you need to write 1 over 4, just multiply it by 100%. It will be 100 over 1%. 100 will be equal 4 multiplied by 25. Just we cancel 4 and 4, so it will be equals. That's 100%. Plus 1 times 25 equals 25%. 100 plus 25 equals 125%. Again for number 2. We said number 2 now will be equals. Because we have a whole number equals 2, so it will be equal to 100%. Plus 9 over 10. If we need to convert 9 over 10, we just multiply it by 100%. So equals. That's 200 without any change. Plus, we can cancel 0 and 0, so it will be 9 times 10 equals 90%. So we have here 200 plus 90 equals 290%. Again for number 50. Because we have here a whole number at 3, so it will be 300. That will be 300% plus 2 over 5. If you need to write as a percent, just multiply it by 100%. That will be over 1. Because we have 100, it will be equal 5 multiplied by 20. Cancel out 5 and 5. So the answer now, that's 300% without any change. 2 times 20 equals 40%. 300% plus 40 equals 340%. And this part of the lesson, we'll know how we can convert a decimal to be percent. To convert anything to be percent, just we need to multiply it by 100%. Because you multiply by 100, all what we have to do is just moving the decimal point 2 places to the right. So the answer now will be equal 168%. Now for question number 22. If you need to write 0.0075 as a percent, we just multiply it by 100%. Once you multiply it by 100%, it means moving the decimal point 2 places to the right. So we have here, by moving the decimal point between 0 and 7. So the answer now will be equals 0.75%. Now for question number 23. If you need to write 2.5 as a percent, just multiply it by 100%. So it will be equals, by moving the decimal point 2 places to the right, 1, 2, then put the 0, so we have here 250%. And that's how we can convert from the percent to be decimal, fraction, or mixed number, and from the mixed number, fraction, decimal to be percents.